everyone, it's Jen and welcome to Amateur Kitchen, where I bring you into my kitchen and show you how you don't need to be a professional chef to cook or think like one. And today we're making a grilled cheese sandwich, gourmet though. And the reason I thought of this is I was in South Dakota not too long ago, which is my home state, and we were in Sioux Falls. I noticed a gourmet grilled cheese shop in downtown. It's a cute little quaint downtown area. And thought, what a good idea. I mean, you can put any bread with it, you can put any cheese with it, you can put a filler in with it, which is what we're doing today as well. So I thought, what the heck, I'll give it a try. So I came up, I'm actually using 3 cheeses. What's probably most common, and what most of you know, is a Swiss cheese, which is more of a nutty cheese. And it also kind of has this hint of sweetness with it as well. And my favorite, Gruyere, which is most commonly used in French onion soup, you know, the cheese, the gooey cheese on top. This is my favorite. And this is a new one that I'm cooking with, and it's called Manchego cheese. And it's from, it's a Spanish cheese, and from sheep's milk. So, anyways, it melts really well. It has a really good smell to it, similar to the Swiss cheese. But you don't have to use these cheeses. If there's something that you really like, go ahead and use that. Or, you know, stick within your budget. I know cheeses are kind of on the spendier side, so if you only want to do like one really good cheese or one that you really like, go for it. So I'm going to go ahead and start cutting this up, and we'll go from there. Now that we've gotten all of our cheese cut up, which it smells delicious, as I mentioned before, we're going to put a little bit more into the grilled cheese than what you would normally expect to see. Remember, they are gourmet. So what I've decided to use are some heirloom tomatoes. I love these tomatoes because they're so similar to a flavor of the garden fresh tomato that you would get towards the end of summer. I mean, if you've had them, you can tell they are completely uncomparable of what you get in the store. So this is what I got that's kind of suitable for that, or if you have fresh tomatoes, that's great. A lot of supermarkets are carrying these heirloom tomatoes now, but if you can't find it, go ahead and use like a steak tomato or Roma tomato or whatever you can find. So, and I like it because a lot of them, you never know. They might be green, they might be yellow, they might be greenish, reddish, might be red. And then also these are great tomatoes if you like fried green tomatoes and you can't find the green tomatoes, because around here it's only a select time of the year, really 2-3 months, that you can get them. These are good too because they're real kind of hearty and meaty. So let's go ahead and get these cut up. I am going to cut them a little bit thinner because let's remember the cheese is the star of a sandwich. So, you know, maybe like 1/4 of an inch or something like that. Alright, so now we're ready for our last ingredients, which is a watercress. We're actually going to dress it up with some red wine vinegar, some EVOO, and salt and pepper, besides our cheese and tomatoes that we have in it. So the red wine vinegar is a 3-to-1 ratio to the extra virgin olive oil. So I'll put a couple tablespoons in of the vinegar, and then I will whisk in the EVOO after that. So like I said, just a couple tablespoons is all you need because we don't have a lot. And I'll whisk in some EVOO after that. You know what, and before I put all this in, I'm going to put a little bit of salt and pepper in it too. A little bit of salt, a little bit of black pepper, a little bit more salt. Stir this so it's all combined, mixed together. It'll be a little bit thicker. This is what it looks like. It's just like a vinaigrette for now. We're going to put this off to the side. I'm going to grab my watercress. And this is just a nice leafy green that you can find normally by like the parsley or the cilantro. It really takes to any flavor, and it's on the milder flavor, so it won't take away from our cheeses. So I'm going to cut the stems off, and I'm probably actually not even going to need this much because I'm only making a couple of sandwiches. So I'll save that for another time. Cut off the stems, and I washed it and everything before we started. And we're going to stick it in here. We're just going to mix it together. So the red wine vinegar and all that gets on all the greens, and then we're about ready to assemble our sandwich. So what I'm doing is I've actually chosen a ciabatta bread. I like these breads because they're real kind of crusty on the outside and soft on the middle. So I'm going to go ahead and split this open. This is a bread that you'll find most commonly with panini sandwiches and stuff. And that's kind of how I'm going to cook the grilled cheese today on a stovetop, kind of like on a griddle. So I'm going to open these up. And I'm going to want a cheese on each side to hold the bread together, to hold the sandwich together once we have it cooked. So I'm just going to kind of alternate. I'm going to do a little bit of Swiss cheese. I'm not the best Swiss cheese cutter, so it's okay. And I'm going to stick the Gruyere on this side. You can do it however you want, or whatever cheese you do, or if you only do one, just go ahead and load it up. Okay, and then I'll just start with my Manchego cheese. Really kind of excited for this cheese. Okay. And now I'm going to put the tomatoes on this side. One here, one here. Just for the color. And then we're going to put our watercress on. Doesn't that look good? I cannot wait to cook this. Alright, so from here we're going to do this. I'm going to butter the top and the bottom because I don't want to lose that butter flavor that a traditional grilled cheese would have. And look at that. We're going to head to the stovetop. Alright, so these are ready to go on the grill pan. My grill pan's hot. It's set at about a medium high or so. I'm going to flip this over, and as I mentioned, I'm going to cook it kind of like a panini. And thanks to Rachel Ray, she told me how to do that without a panini press. So what I'm going to do is, let me try and get these a little bit closer so I only have to use one thing. I'm going to weigh it down, and you just want to push it down. And I'm probably going to grab another, actually, you know what I'm going to do? This is why they call it amateur kitchen. I'm going to put this on there because it's going to be a little bit steadier, I think. Along with this. There's my homemade panini press. I'm going to have to stand here and hold it, but that's okay because my grilled cheese is well on its way. This side as well. So it gets that nice golden brown. Also has the butter flavor that you traditionally know with grilled cheese. Oh yes. Look at how nice that looks. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Alright, we're going to weigh this side down. And shortly we are about ready to eat. Our grilled cheese is done. Let's cut into this. Oh my gosh, it looks so delicious. I think I'm just going to cut into it just like this. Oh yeah. Oh, look at that. And look at the color. And the cheese melted really well in there. Oh man, that looks so delicious. We're going to eat this. We're going to plate it and we're going to eat it. Alright, so our gourmet grilled cheese is finished. It looks delicious. Cannot wait to bite into it. But I wanted to tell you alongside of it, I also cooked up some sweet potatoes and made them kind of like a sweet potato chip. I put them in the oven for about 400 degrees wrapped in tin foil for about 30 minutes or so. And then I cut them up, took them out, cut them up, put some EVOO, salt and pepper on them, stuck them back in the oven until your desired crispiness. You can have them a little bit crispier or softer. I would have fried them in some peanut oil, but we're consuming all of our calories in our grilled cheese today, so we'll save that for another time. So this is what I'm having to eat. I hope you're having the same. Join me again on Amateur Kitchen. I'm going to take a bite of that.